you a songwriter? Are you looking to turn your songwriting passion into a full-time gig? Whether you are just at the start of your songwriting journey or a seasoned industry professional, this show is made for you. Welcome to The Songwriter Show, bringing together songwriting news, interviews, and community. Now, welcome your host, Sarantos.
Welcome back to The Songwriter Show. I'm your host, Sarantos, a solo music artist and songwriter who's always believed in the power of words. Here on The Songwriter Show, we bring you behind the scenes with some of today's most inspiring songwriters, giving you a small glimpse into the stories that help shape their amazing songs. Today, I'm so happy to have on the show Brook Ellingworth. He's a rising country singer-songwriter, and he's quickly making a name for himself in the music industry with his personal, heartfelt lyrics, driving melodies and hooks that will have you hooked from the very first listen. He was raised on country and rock and roll from a small town outside of Oxford, England.
And now, welcome this week's special guest.
Welcome to the show, Brook. How are you, man?
I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, good to be here.
Oh, dude, I love your accent, man. I'm always jealous. I wish I had a British or French accent or something cooler than like Chicago. Do you get that a lot?
I do. A lot of people think I'm Australian. They sort of mistake me for being the other way, you know. But I mean, if you were to go to the UK, people are going to love your accent.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. I'm trying hard not to say mate or something, because you're right. For a second, I thought you're Australian when you listen to the accent and the way you're talking. So that's cool.
Well, us Brits do say mate as well, quite a lot.
Yeah. All right. I'm sure it'll slip out here or there, but well, thank you for doing the show. You have kind of a cool sound, and I'm excited to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
When did this bug bite you, man? Were you like teenager? Were you a young child? When did it happen?
The music bug bit me at 8 years old. I wanted to learn how to play keys, and then saw this local band play at this local blues and beers festival called Rockfest. And all of a sudden, I went from keys to guitar, and I was obsessed with guitar, and I have been ever since. And I started playing at bands at the age of 11, mainly rock stuff throughout everything. And then the country bug really bit me in 2018 when I came to Nashville for the first time.
Are you still in Nashville, or do you fly back and forth? Or
I fly back and forth. I'm currently in Nashville, out here pushing the album. We just launched it over here in town and did a launch show. And I'm very thankful for my PR company having me over at CRS for a few days.
That's very cool, man. All right. So tell us about, how do you get started writing a song? Is it just you and your guitar?
Usually there's a lyric or two, or the hook will come to me. And I could be anywhere. I could be driving, I could be in the gym, I could be in the shower, I could be on the toilet, wherever it is.
How about all of the above?
All of the above. All of the above. I could be absolutely anywhere. I could be buying my groceries, and if something pops into my head, I'll make a note of it on my notes app, or I voice memo a lot.
Yeah.
And then I end up with a catalog of voice memos that I don't even like name, and it's just got the like location address. So and then I'll just sort of flick through and see what bites.
That's pretty cool. Do you have any famous musicians you admire?
Yeah, there's quite a few. Off the top of my head, mainly songwriting-wise recently would have been Kip Moore. And the Cadillac 3 have always been one. If someone was to ask me what my favorite country band was, it would probably be the Cadillac 3, because they've got all those rock roots in. They call their sound country fuzz. And their frontman, Jaron Johnson, is one of my favorite songwriters as well.
Okay, cool. How often do you try to practice?
Not enough. The honest answer, not enough. I feel I'm hoping that there's some other people out there that can relate to that. Yeah, there's songwriting's always coming first than practicing, but I guess the more and more songs you write, I guess that can be classed as practice. They don't all sort of make it to be a song or to be heard. So a few times a week, but yeah, definitely not enough.
I think it's one of those weird things where you're an indie songwriter and we all have kind of day jobs.
Yeah.
And you want to devote 24/7. And we do, I think we really do. But then these people that make it, they're like out partying, and it's just, there's always like a flip side to it, right?
Big time. Yeah, it's a big balancing game, I think, especially at the time when I've got a day job and I'm pushing a project or I'm recording a project or whatever it is, or we're writing for it, trying to find that balance between work and music and songwriting and the practice and then there's the rehearsals with the band if you're prepping for gigs and whatever it is. And yeah, there is definitely it's a challenge trying to find that balance sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. And it's interesting because on the flip side, there are some very well-known celebrities out there that everybody thinks do all these crazy things. And on the inside track, you hear about that they blow everything off and then their musical directors kind of try to get them in the studio to record an album and they have everything done for them. And it's on the one hand, you're kind of jealous. On the other hand, it's just not your story, you know? Like I could never do that. Even if I made it, I can't imagine not being involved in my album and writing my songs myself. And
Yeah.
it's just crazy to think that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be true to me. And you have to be true to yourself, especially in this industry. You want your audience and your fans to know that you're being honest,
Yeah.
know that it is your everything. And if you've just got teams and teams of people doing everything for you, and you're not in the studio, and you're going to go and cut your vocals with someone else, and then the whole band's done everything by themselves. Yeah, I don't get that.
Not only that, I totally don't get it, but then you hear them in public or on stage talk about their inspiration for the song, and you know that they had nothing to do with it. They just bought the music or they bought and it's so offensive, but I don't know. What can you even say to that, you know?
Yeah, I've heard some stories with some songwriters that they've cut someone else's song. Keith Urban, for instance, I know that he's cut some songs and then he's gone, like before he's cut them, he's gone, okay, I'm going to speak to the songwriters because I'm going to rewrite the second verse and I want to make sure they're okay with that, just so it fits me a bit better because I love the song, I love what it's saying.
Yeah.
But I'm going to rewrite that second verse so I can relate to it more. When it gets to that point, that's dead cool because then you're getting the best of both worlds.
Yeah, as opposed to people buying your stuff or yeah, anyway, not to get distracted, but yeah, I think it's man, I don't know. I sometimes don't know what they're thinking, but tell us about you. What do you think is like the biggest mistake people make in your genre, in country, singer-songwriters? What do you think is the biggest mistake they make?
Coming off the back of what we were just speaking about is selling out, I guess. And yeah, not being honest to yourself and to your music and your craft and taking something that someone's told you to take and you're taking orders from someone and it's might not be your honest direction. So yeah, I think the biggest mistake you can make, I mean, in my opinion and in my position, would be selling out and cutting that song that means absolutely nothing to you, but someone's told you that it's going to make you hundreds of thousands of dollars or pounds, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be the biggest mistake you can make.
The saddest thing in the world too is I've a couple bigger artists that get pigeonholed in a certain genre, and then they have to kind of keep doing that kind of music, even though they didn't really want to do it in the first place. And I almost feel sorry for them.
Yeah, and yeah, they could be painted into a corner if it's through, legally, if they've signed agreements or, I mean, if you got a record contract, I mean, I don't have one, but from what I've learned about them is that they can definitely be in charge of you a lot as an artist and creatively. And yeah, they could definitely pigeonhole you and paint you into that corner.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, that is incredibly sad. And you just need to, again, it's all just down to being true to yourself and trying to get back on that trajectory that you were meant to be on.
For sure. Tell us about this song we're going to hear. What inspired this one?
My dad said something one day, and well, no, I was speaking to my dad, and we were outside having a beer, and I was speaking about like, there was some girl in my life, and I was also looking at this guitar, and there wasn't any like decision actually made between them, but I was just like, roll the dice on the girl or the guitar sort of thing, and again, I just like wrote it down, didn't really know what it meant, and then I was in Nashville. I was writing for the first time with my good friend Jason Rettig. I was flipping through my notes. I was like, hey, I'm going to bring this one to the table today. Maybe we can make something of it. And the song ended up being about It is. It's rolling the dice on someone, on love, on a person. And it's the whole thing of how love can be a gamble. That's what the song's about. And there's a journey through it. There's a lot of questions through it. In like the first verse, for instance. And there's a lot of waiting in the second.
Okay.
It's just all the big questions. It's like, should I roll the dice on you?
Awesome, man. All right. Tell you what, let's take a listen, and we'll come back and talk after that, okay?
Hell yeah.
All right, everybody, check this out. Here we go.
I don't know what it is, but there's something about you. You're a little on the wild side, been hurt a time or two. And I know you don't know how this one ends, and I'm right here if you wanna go all in. Should I roll the dice on you? Or should I roll? I got nothing left to lose, and I should walk away. I'm addicted to your game. My heart's on the table, it's too late. Should I roll the dice on you? And it's your turn to make the next move. I'm not going anywhere. Girl, I'm waiting on you. Could we be two of a kind, a perfect pair? If you wanna go all in, well, I'm right
So, do the fans push you to do certain kind of songs, or do they influence you in any way, or is it just you and your team, or you and your love life?
No, I wouldn't say that the fans have pushed me in any sort of direction. I feel like artists develop naturally anyway. And if you're, let's say you're playing a show, and let's say you got your set list down and you're certain on it, and there's like a lull in the set, and you can see that the crowd are just getting uninterested, or the energy's just dropped completely, and it's not in a good way. At those kind of stages, I feel like fans can have an impact on what you then play live. You could like you just turn to the band, be like, hey, let's drop this next song. Let's switch it out with this. We might not even play it. But no, I'm very true to myself with what I write and what I put out. And someone came up to me the other night and was just like, you didn't play this song. Like, this is your best song. And I was like, well, it's not.
Yeah, to them it is.
And I'm not going to play it. And that's just because, I just didn't want to, you know? So no, I'm very, I'm going to do what I want. And I'm going to put out what I think is going to work and what I love and what I'm passionate about.
Yeah, I get it. I actually think it's really funny to hear famous people talk about they have a hit song and that's what everybody wants to hear. And then they're like, I'm so sick of playing it. I'm like, man, if I have a hit song or 2 or 10 of them, I'm going to play the shit out of that thing. I'm not going to get sick of it. I mean, if you get a hit, you could play your other 50 songs too, but I don't get it. I don't get how people complain about playing their hit. And I'm talking about like a number one hit, not like, you know, one fan thinks something's a great song.
I agree with you there as well. Because you're just like, well, this song, that might be the song that made them, you know, and they're going to have royalties. And that song will be the one that pays the bills or buys the house or puts new tires on your cars. And yeah, I'm I'm in the same boat as you. As I don't get how they can complain about it. To play it, I can see how you might get sick of it a bit, like the song. Like take Bon Jovi for instance, and "Living on a Prayer."
Yeah,
how many times have they sang that song? And I mean, there must be nights. There will definitely be nights where they're going to go, okay, we're playing "Living on a Prayer" again. And especially when artists have such a huge catalog, when they're further down the line in their career, and they could pick from hundreds of tracks. But then there are always those fan favorites that you have to throw in.
And if you really think about it, right, unless you're Taylor Swift or someone who, most people, you could have a bunch of hits, but really, how many number one hits did most people have? Even like super famous people like Katy Perry have had like, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8. So yeah, like I said, I know you get sick of it, but I would play that thing. If that's what they want to hear, there's just no reason not to do that, no matter how sick of it you are. You can reinvent it. You can do acapellas. You can change up, but you can try to play around with it.
Yeah. I mean, plus you play live because it's the feeling, it's the adrenaline that no drug can give you. And it's the way an audience just pushes all this energy out. And that's what you're getting. And when you're playing those huge songs that they've bought tickets to see, like if you've just dropped an album and you're doing an album tour, it's a brand new record.
Yeah.
People, there are still going to be fans that are going to buy those tickets that want to hear those 2 songs off your last record.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll spend hundreds of dollars or pounds on it, and that's what they want to hear. So then, I mean, you owe it to them. You owe it to the fans, because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be where you are.
For sure. How do you get people to take you seriously as a songwriter?
Oh, whoa, wow. Okay. I'm very careful about the songs I put out, I guess. Man, how do I get people to take me seriously? Some days I feel like I'm still trying to figure it out, but I believe in my songs that I put out, and I put a lot of emotion into my material and a lot of my heart into it. And I just always hope that people can see that when they see me play or they hear my songs.
Yeah.
And yeah, as long as you're being truthful, I feel like you can be taken serious as a songwriter.
I totally get that. How do you avoid scams or getting ripped off? I like to ask that question of the guests because I think we've all kind of fallen for something at one point or another.
Yeah, I mean, like, especially when it's come to like concert tickets and stuff like that, or people pretending to be a promoter or a publishing deal or whatever it is. Look for spelling mistakes because they're always full of them. The way they spell your name and all that sort of stuff. But also, I've had a lot of it come through. I haven't fallen for anything in my career about it. I've been scammed through some gig tickets before, but I'm very thankful to know a good bunch of friends that are lawyers or in the music business industry, and they've always said, if anything ever comes your way and you have any doubt about it, or if you're going to sign something, send it to me and I'll look over it. And I have used that so many times, and it has saved me so many times.
Well, people in the industry, or like you said, lawyers, they can, I think, spot things better than the average musician.
For sure. Well, I mean, that's their job.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, it is, it's hard sometimes. I mean, especially when something reads too good to be true, that's sort of when I start asking questions and flags get raised.
Yeah, we've all been there, man. We all want to believe, but I hear you. So tell us about where people can buy and stream your stuff.
Every streaming platform that exists, my music's on there under Brook Ellingworth. BrookEllingworth.com is my website. That will take you to the main platforms. That will take you to the socials and any news and tour dates. And then social-wise, everything's under Brook Ellingworth Music.
That's awesome, man. I want to thank you so much for being on the show tonight. It was an absolute blast, and I think you're going to do very well in your career.
I really appreciate that. That's so kind. Thanks for having me again.
You're welcome, man. So to all the listeners out there, thank you for spending a little bit of your precious time with the two of us tonight. If you wish to be on the Songwriter Show, please go to the website and just fill out the interview request form. To the rest of you, thank you again for listening. We both hope your own unique story gets heard around the world too. My name is Sarantos. Please join me every single Tuesday evening to hear other awesome artists share their fascinating and very cool behind-the-scenes stories right here at the Songwriter Show on Reality Radio 101. I love you all. Have a great night.
Feel real good when I come home, I really do. Work was long and just so hard. What got me through the day was remembering our first kiss in the schoolyard. I'm not myself and you're away. I sit around and wait for you to come home all day. I think of you, I feel you holding me. Can't wait for you to walk through the door so I can kiss your body. This is a country song I wrote for you. About a man and his wife and what they like to do. When you're by my side, I got nothing I need to hide. I get you and you get me. It's so simple, just so easy. You wait and see. For a lifetime, I promise you can depend on me. Life's about loving you. thank the Lord, 'cause he took away the bad.
Sitting by the fire, getting cozy, my sweet. I'm so grateful for what you're giving me. A little house on the edge of town, and a white fence going all the way around.
This is a country song I wrote for you, about a man and his wife and what they like to do. When you're by my side, I got nothing I need to hide. I get you and you get me. You always make me feel like such a helpless fool.
Don't you know your heart will always tell on you?
You just can't hide, not even deep inside, the fact I'm yours and you are mine. You are mine. You are mine.
Thank you for listening to The Songwriter Show. To keep the momentum going, head over to www.songwritershow.com and join our free music community of artists, songwriters, and producers. That's www.songwritershow.com.